Right here we have the Priority Bicycles 600, and I'm gonna be telling you guys why I think this bike is the best bike to work bike that you can have. Now this bike right here I think is pretty much bulletproof because it has two things that I think that's the main reason why people have issues riding bikes, commuting every day, which you won't have to worry about with this bike. And that's the carbon Gates belt drive and the Pinion gearbox. Now your gears are internal inside the bike, so you don't ever have to worry about them getting dirty or just something getting out of whack because it's internal, it shifts smoothly, and you don't ever have to worry about that. Now with the gearbox, you do have to empty out the oil maybe once a year maybe and put new oil in it, but that's about it. I guess you consider it giving your bike an oil change once a year, which is not bad at all. And it also has a carbon Gates belt drive where you don't have to worry about a chain snapping or anything like that. And also when you go into work, you don't want to be riding around worrying about getting oil on you or anything. With the carbon Gates belt drive, you don't have to worry about any of that. You just get on it, pedal it, and ride it. Simple as that. Now we are in Denver, Colorado in the city, and I'm gonna take you guys around on this bike and tell you guys what I think about it and why I think it's the best bike you can have when you're commuting or just going to work on a daily basis. Now right here I'm at a standstill getting ready to ride, and this is one of the awesome features of this bike where I'm in gear 10, which is way too hard of a gear. So I just go all the way down to about, I don't know, between 2 and 4, and I just get on it, and it's so easy to pedal. So you don't have to worry about clunky gears when you're trying to get the bike in the gear you need it to get in. You just put the bike in the gear and it's there. So this bike is so smooth and quiet, but when you stop pedaling, the hub sounds really good, and it can also notify people that's around you that you're coming if you don't have a bell on your bike, which is pretty awesome. Plus it sounds good. Now this is a commuting machine right here. You got mounting points all over the bike, so you can mount anything you want to on this bike. It's got the ergonomic grips right here, so you can just rest your palms on them. Very comfortable. It's got a kickstand, and this bike is pretty light, so it's really efficient when it comes to pedaling. Tires have very little rolling resistance, but can still go off-road if you need them to. And like I keep saying, the fact that you can change these gears while stopped is pretty incredible. It's kind of hard to beat that, especially when you're commuting around the city. You don't want to have to be switching your gears all the time while pedaling. Say you come to a stop at a light, you want to be able to just get into the gear you need to get into and go. Now you are not able to shift this bike under load, which means you can't be pressing down on the pedals while you switch gears. You have to wait a slight second before you can switch, which is pretty much like you can pedal while shifting. You just gotta wait a split second. To me, it doesn't really give me any issues, because once you get used to it, it's just like shifting a normal bike, other than having the shifter on the handle, because usually you have lever shifters on other bikes. This bike can be ridden in all kinds of weather because the gears are internal. It's a carbon belt drive, so the belt is super durable. They got it rated to be able to last twice as long as a chain, I think, maybe more. But it's definitely durable. Ride through any kind of weather. Don't have to worry about getting dirty with the oily chain, oil in the chain, or anything like that. Mounting points for everything you can think of to put on this bike. So whatever you might need to go where you need to go, if you got a bag for it, you can definitely put it on this bike. And this bike is pretty fast too. I mean, it can move, that's for sure. And no matter what kind of hill you go up, down, or up, it's got the gear ratio to be able to handle any kind of hill going up or down, because you could get in a super light gear. I think it's 600% gear range, so it's a lot more gears than a normal chain. I still haven't found a hill that I can't just spin the pedals on this bike. And not to mention how good this bike looks. This bike looks really good. The color combo with the black and the tires being tan wall, I mean, this bike looks really good. I've been getting a lot of compliments on it. So not only is it pretty much indestructible, it looks really good, and a lot of people like it. So if I had to commute to work every day or commute anywhere every day, this is the bike that I would take.